On December 10, 2024, a 30-year-old woman sat behind the wheel of her car somewhere in Mississippi and pressed record. She was talking about her divorce. She described her estranged husband as, and these are her words, incredible. She said their separation was civil. That they were splitting everything down the middle. That he was helping with their daughter. That she was a little scared about being on her own for the first time, but that things were good. She asked her followers for tips on saving money as a newly single mom. The comments flooded in. Encouragement. Advice. People rooting for her. 18 days later, Jennifer Sheffield was dead. She was found inside a home on Toulon Street, in the city of Brandon, Mississippi. She had been shot. Beside her was the man she had called incredible. Brandon Sheffield, age 40, was also dead from a gunshot wound. According to the Brandon Police Department, this was an apparent murder-suicide. Jennifer Sheffield had been trying to build a new life. She had 2 daughters, a graduate program, and a plan. She never got to use any of it. Brandon, Mississippi, is a small city located in Rankin County, a suburb sitting roughly 10 miles east of Jackson, the state capital. It is, by most measures, an unremarkable American town. Quiet streets. Family neighborhoods. A population of around 24,000. It was here that Jennifer Sheffield, born in 1994, was living out what appeared, from the outside, to be an ordinary chapter of an American life. According to reports from local outlet WLBT and others, Jennifer was enrolled in the Master of Medical Sciences program at Mississippi College at the time of her death. She had ambitions of becoming a doctor. Friends described her as driven, warm, and deeply devoted to her daughters. Her obituary, as reported by multiple outlets, describes a woman with, quote, a deep love for God, travel, laughter, friends, family, and the finer things in life. It notes her connections to her band family, her Mississippi College community, and the University of Mississippi Medical Center. It notes that, above all else, she loved her children. She had 2 daughters named Kylie and Gracie. Brandon Sheffield, age 40, had been Jennifer's husband. Born on September 22, 1984, in Mobile, Alabama, Brandon was described by friends and family as a devoted father, a man who loved fishing, disc golf, working on cars, and Alabama football. According to a close mutual friend, Faye Lott, he had never, in her knowledge, been a violent person. The couple had made the decision to separate in the fall of 2024. According to Faye Lott, who spoke to WLBT, both she and Jennifer had known Brandon for years. Lott had been present when the two first met. She called him, in her words, an amazing person. She said she was shocked by the events that would unfold. By December 2024, Jennifer and Brandon had reportedly begun the formal process of divorce. To the outside world, and to Jennifer's own account, the separation appeared amicable. On December 10, 2024, 18 days before her death, Jennifer Sheffield posted a video to her TikTok account, @JessHef13. She was driving. She spoke directly to the camera. She told her followers she was about to become a single mom. That she was working through a divorce. And then, with evident sincerity, she said this. "My husband is being incredible though, like really and truly. We are working together. Everything is great. We are splitting everything down the middle. It is a very civil divorce with our daughter in mind." She went on to express some anxiety, not about Brandon, but about the practical realities of single motherhood. She talked about taking on a mortgage alone. About being on a limited income. About the fear of being, for the first time in her adult life, on her own. She ended the video by asking her community for financial advice. For tips on saving. For help navigating this new chapter. The video garnered significant attention. Followers responded with warmth. Many offered encouragement. Many saw in Jennifer exactly what she appeared to be, a young woman doing her best under difficult circumstances, trying to hold her family together with grace. The comment section, by all accounts, felt hopeful. And then, 18 days later, Jennifer's family was conducting a welfare check. On the morning of December 28, 2024, members of Jennifer Sheffield's family grew concerned. According to the Brandon Police Department, those family members contacted police to conduct a welfare check, and according to reports, they did so because they had already observed what they described as obvious signs of foul play inside the residence on Toulon Street. Officers arrived at the scene at approximately 7:19 in the morning. Inside, they found both Jennifer Sheffield and Brandon Sheffield dead from gunshot wounds. Brandon Police Chief Joseph French confirmed their deaths to local outlet Dark Horse Press now on the same day. In a statement to ABC affiliate WJTV, Chief French said, and we quote, "This is an ongoing investigation." According to the Brandon Police Department, the preliminary determination was that Brandon Sheffield had shot Jennifer Sheffield before taking his own life. Authorities described the incident as an apparent murder-suicide and noted that the case remained under active investigation. Jennifer was 30 years old. She had been, by all documented accounts, optimistic about her future. She had been building toward a new life, a degree, a home of her own, a stable foundation for her 2 daughters. Whether anything had occurred in the 18 days between that TikTok video and December 28, any tension, any confrontation, any warning signs, has not been publicly established by investigators. No motive has been formally confirmed. What is confirmed is that 2 children named Kylie and Gracie lost both of their parents on that morning. According to People magazine and other outlets, the girls were found unharmed. No further details regarding their whereabouts during the incident have been publicly disclosed. The Brandon Police Department worked in coordination with the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation in the aftermath of the discovery on Toulon Street. According to Chief French's public statements, the MBI's crime scene unit assisted in processing the scene. As of the time of reporting, the investigation has been treated as a murder-suicide. No charges have been filed, as both individuals are deceased. The investigation did not, at least publicly, identify any prior documented incidents of domestic violence or conflict between Jennifer and Brandon. Multiple friends and acquaintances who spoke to local media expressed shock at the events, not just grief, but genuine disbelief that the person they knew as Brandon Sheffield could have been capable of this. Faye Lott, the mutual friend who had known the couple for years, told WLBT, "He's never been a violent person that I was ever aware of. I was with her when they met and I've always loved him for how he loved her." According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, separation and divorce are periods of heightened risk for women in intimate partner situations. This is not speculation applied to Jennifer's case, it is a documented public health reality that provides essential context for understanding how tragedies like this one occur. Whether any such dynamic existed in the Sheffield marriage is unknown. What is known is that Jennifer, by her own words, did not appear to fear the man she was leaving. That may be the most quietly devastating part of this case. On January 5, 2025, a joint funeral was held for Jennifer and Brandon Sheffield at OTT and Lee Funeral Home in Brandon, Mississippi. The funeral itself became a source of public discussion. An image circulated on social media showing that Jennifer had not been given a separate photograph at her own service, she was, instead, represented primarily through shared photos with Brandon. The arrangement drew significant attention online, including a response from tennis legend Martina Navratilova, who reshared the image and stated, "There is so much wrong with this I can't even." The response reflected a broader tension, the way in which society sometimes, consciously or not, blurs the identity of a victim with that of the person who caused her death. Brandon's older brother, Brian Sheffield, launched a GoFundMe campaign shortly after the deaths to support his nieces, Kylie and Gracie. In the campaign description, Brian wrote, "There's no handbook on how to navigate such a tragedy, and we're doing our best to figure it out, but we do know Kylie and Gracie will need financial support." The campaign set a goal of $15,000. An update to the GoFundMe described Brandon as a devoted father who viewed his daughters as his world. At Mississippi College, Dr. Stan Baldwin, the dean of the School of Science and Mathematics, confirmed that Jennifer had been a student there. She had a community. She had people. She had a plan. The plan was medicine. The plan was her daughters. The plan was a house she was going to buy alone. None of that survived December 28th. Jennifer Sheffield's last public words were about hope. About being scared, but doing it anyway. She was trying. Kylie and Gracie Sheffield lost their mother on December 28, 2024. They lost their father on the same morning. They were found unharmed.